Yeah, so feminism and the curse of feminism. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, so we were saying what feminism is and describing what it is. And we were saying it was?
A world where women feel safe.
Yeah.
They feel valued. They feel not underestimated in whatever they do, equal opportunities, and safety especially
Safety, and I also feel like with feminism that men have such a big role to play when it comes to making it work. They do, because like we feminists wouldn't be feminists if there were no men. They are feminists because there are men, and because of the current situation with men and women, and like but then okay, now let's talk about the curses that's feminism.
But first, before we get into that, I feel like what did I want to say? Okay, I feel like everyone, including men, including white women, like I feel like everyone who has some sort of privilege has to help us with regards to making women feel safer, and especially black women. Because I feel like even though, like we put this umbrella thing and we say it's all women, it's really not the same, especially for women of color, So I feel like men, white women, rich people, anyone who's in a position of power has like a responsibility.
To ensure this. And especially for safety. Because sasa hata nilikuwa nawaambia nikishukia hapa stage ya Kitengela nilikuwa like hey madam, like they were nilikuwa nimeshukua mkono yote na like 3 different hands, and it's like that's not even feminism. I don't even know what that is. I think it's like kwa sababu watashikilia mwanaume hivyo. Why is it, I don't know what makes you feel what makes you feel like you can hold me like that, touch me like that, spank me when it's at night and we are walking on the same street, or like call me names and I don't answer to you. So we go to the curses.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, one of the curses that I was thinking about is that I feel like feminism has brought along with it the death of chivalry. Okay? It has brought along with it, like, how do I explain it? Like, it's like because we're asking for equal opportunity and equal social stuff and equal house responsibilities, then it's come to a point where then niggas are like, then open your door for yourself. Or even like, you remember how Kitambo, like, men used to provide like 70% and the woman is just exactly. Excuse me, it's like, I don't know, it's 50-50. And like some of those things that we wanted as women might have to like not be there anymore because we're asking for 50-50. And it's true, because now we're all going to the same universities, then we're all going to the job market where we are all asking for the same salaries. So then should this nigga be, why am I expecting, where I expect a Zai Pesa ama, like, I feel like
and I feel like part of that also is, yes, men do provide in the monetary terms, but when it comes to like being at home, emotional labor, like birthing children, taking care of the household, like that shit isn't easy. Ask a man to do all that
and still work.
Because women do all that and they still find a way to go to their job, to do everything. And I just feel like at this point it needs to come from how we're nurturing children. If like in the household your brother doesn't do shit, sorry,
no, it's okay, we all adults here on my channel.
Your brother like just sits, binges anime all day, meanwhile you're expected to like clean up after people, do the dishes. Like that's where the mindset comes from. It's like, oh, a woman can do all these things to. And so people grow up having this expectation of, oh, women can do it all. And I feel like part of why like I'm not into the chivalry thing is because it comes with an expectation. I'd rather do everything by myself without someone expecting me to be doing that thing for them.
Okay, true. And I'd never want to be told Mbono Joshua Vyombo, si wash it.
That part.
Anyway, what another cast that I was thinking that comes with feminism is that I feel like it has a bad rapport when it comes to conversations about money.
Yes.
Money becomes very tricky to talk about in the household because it's like in a place where kitambo, like we used to know that our dads are doing more even if they're not the ones who are doing more. We used to know that dad
automatically
pays the bills. Like kama mtu wa stima akikuja umeipigia mamako mtu wa stima akikuja, it's just like dad steamer, you know. So it's like now because we are all feminists and we are all working, then we all expect full monetary responsibility for our household, for dates, for vacations. Shit.
Like, you know, like, I don't know, sometimes
which is not
conflicted,
a bad thing.
because like, of course, as a woman you want to be wooed and you want to be taken on dates and things like that, but at the same time, when now you're a feminist, you feel like if I'm really like into my politics and I really mean that shit, then I'm going to get my shit together, my money together, you know, be a boss bitch. But I don't want to be hard. I don't want to have to be.
I still want to be kind of like taken care of. So then there's like, what's the middle ground?
Middle ground. It's okay.
Yeah. Do you know any other cast? Can you think of any other cast that has come with feminism?
I feel like a lot of people like who do the work, like I feel like yes, the feminists, and of course the people like who are on the front line and organizing and doing all that. And I feel like one problem is just the trolling.
The trolling. Yeah, whenever you say, I'm a feminist, guys,
it's like
peace. Yeah.
You're labeled bitter, you're labeled cold, you're labeled, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just want the world to be a better place. That's it. The world is already hostile. So, like, it's a lot of gaslighting involved when it comes to that. And sometimes it makes it so hard to, like, just even want to be in these spaces, you know? Because it's just, what do we do now? Where do we go from here?
And women have been through so much in the past couple of years trying to even, like, vote or like get jobs, or like in some countries even women can't drive without their husband's permission. It's like, bitch, you know, like we are still, you might think that those things don't apply, but they actually do apply. Or even like, okay, so like salaries, for example, how sometimes you'll realize that you're paid so little for a job that you amongst other men are doing, but since you're a woman, you're paid like an amount less. So it's like things like those, like, why should I be paid less for the same amount of work that I'm doing because I have boobs and titties, you know? Another thing I was thinking is that a lot of pastors are blaming women that are feminists for the amount of divorces that are happening right now.
And that's okay. Like, I can take that. Like, you're like the church is sodomizing boys, so I don't give a shit what the pastor has to tell me. Like,
it's
deal
true
with that first of all. Then we can go and blame women for other things. But I feel like just it's a hypocrisy for me. It's a hypocrisy for me. Like, why are you not calling out those people that are raping boys in the church? Or like men who are doing fuck shit every single day.
And even when marriages end, it's utapata ni mwanamke ameambiwa vumilia. A marriage is the woman. A woman is the one that holds the marriage together. Baby girl, are you married to yourself? No, a bad night.
I promise. Like, for me, like, my mom was a really strong pillar for me growing up, because she provided, she did everything. So even when I come with, you know, that thing where people say that feminists don't have dads, and you know that dads hate them and everything, and I feel like okay, fine, like, we all have a background story to why we are the way we are, and that's fine, but that's the reality of the world.
Yeah.
Like, men are being deadbeats
everywhere. Yeah.
So how do we adapt? This is how we adapt.
Yeah, we adapt by being the best that we can, by being tough, by looking for the same opportunities that you have. Because even the opportunities that you have, you're not bringing anything that's like important to the table. But then there's also, like, you see how she said her situation. My situation is, my dad is like very present and very all that, and maybe that's why I am a feminist, because I feel like with everything that he's given me, I should be able to get the same opportunities as a man. So like, not every feminist has the same story.
True.
And every woman that is a feminist, like, they're not extreme, like, men are bad, men are shit. We love men. I love men. Like, it does. I love niggas. I love y'all. You already know. But like, it's not even about that. It's not even about you. It's about us and our opportunities and the things that we feel that we lack in the society.
Yeah, it's about oppression in the society, period. Like, it's not about you individually and you're a heartbreaker, and so, you know, we're mad because you're breaking women's hearts. No, like, we're mad that you're killing and you're raping and you're sexist and you're all these things, and that shouldn't be happening.
And even the ones that are our friends are not standing with us.
Exactly.
Yeah. So even if you're not raping and killing and doing all those things, what are you doing
watching
about
your fellow people do the same?
Yeah, or you know a rapist amongst your friends, and you're still like, oh, this is my boy. Next it will be your daughter, your sister that he's doing those things to, and he'll still be your boy.
And it doesn't even, like, for me, it doesn't even have to get to that place where we're like, imagine if your daughter went through this. Like, just some fucking empathy.
Yeah.
We're all human.
For a human being.
Yeah, just some empathy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, like, call out your boys.
Yeah.
When they do fuck shit, call them out. Because, like, people like to think because they're privileged, they can't do anything to help, like, with feminism. And, you know, with abolishing all these things, but you can. It's in the small actions.
It's in the small actions. It's in
if
the
your
conversations.
If your boy is being sexist, just be like, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
We don't do that. It's that simple.
Okay, I think that's it, guys. She's Wandia and I'm Weni, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes.
And if you have any comments down below, leave them there. You know, yeah. So asanteni sana. So see you guys next time. You already know what it is.
Bye.
Bye.